Okay, here's a recording taking place on Thursday, October the 20th, 2011. I've placed an order in here, as you can see, to buy 4 contracts at 1196.75. You can see our up blue arrow. Okay, we've just gotten filled, and we are now long 4 contracts. And you can see here that our first objective to sell 2 contracts is at 1197.50. That is our first objective of 3 ticks, and we will exit 1/2 of our position. And whether you're trading 2 contracts or 8 contracts or 40 contracts, we exit 1/2 of our position. In this example, it's 4. So we've hit our first objective, and you can see that our stop has automatically been adjusted by the NinjaTrader automated trade management feature. That's not part of our software, but it does adjust the trades accordingly based on the parameters that we use. You just set it up ahead of time, and then you manually put your order in, and then once the order is filled, then the automated trade management tool by Ninja takes over and will manage the trade for you. This is a tool that some of our traders use and some don't. Some like it and they use it. Some don't really care for it, so they don't bother with it. It's certainly not a mandatory thing or an absolutely necessary thing. It's more of a convenience thing. It does make things easier. It obviously does things for you that otherwise you would have to do manually. So, just placing, you can still make adjustments on the stops and so forth, but the basic trade is set up and done for you in that regard. So, you can see our second objective there is at 1198.25 to sell 1 contract. So when we get to that point, if we should get to that point, we will exit 1/4 of our position, and at that time our stop will be adjusted to our entry price or break even for the final or for that 1/4 of our position. It's not the final. The final, as you can see, is a limit order right now, sitting up there at 1199.75. So when doing this video, I have noticed that even though the market is moving, sometimes the video portion of it here kind of puts it into the stall mode, unfortunately, and that's why you're not seeing any movement in the chart. The market is actually trading. It's at 98 actually at the moment, but so it's just a feature within the Camtasia video recording, I suppose, that I don't really know what's going on. I guess it's just the resources on the computer or something like that. So that's, at any rate, that's why you're seeing it as not moving, even though the market is trading. So we'll just let it unfold and see how it goes here. So our basic trade management is, or our sort of prototypical account trading protocol is with 4 contracts. Our maximum stop is 6 ticks, which is equivalent to 1.5 in the E-mini S&P. Every tick in the E-mini S&P is $12.50. So the risk on per contract is $75 because 6 times 12.50 is 75. So you're risking $300 on each trade, and when you reach the first objective and exit 1/2 of your position, you are making three. Okay, there we've hit our first and second objective. As you can see, we now have a break-even stop in here, so I'm just going to cancel them. We could be in for a good move higher here, so what I will do is I'm going to manage this final contract manually. I'm going to go ahead and put in a sell stop right here at the entry price at sell stop at 1196.75, and hopefully what we'll see here is a movement higher, and we'll be able to manage this trade based on the structure of the market, which is our paint bars and so forth. So maybe we can get a bit of a run here, and I'll be able to show you that. But just getting back to the dollar amount on each trade. So because when we hit our first objective, we make 3 ticks on 2 contracts for a total of 6 ticks. But we have the equivalent amount still potentially to be lost on the other half of the position or the other 2 contracts, because our stop is then reduced from 6 ticks down to 3. So it's important to reach that first objective, because once you've reached that first objective, then you're at break even, and less, of course, the cost of commission. The average cost of commission these days is usually between $4 and $4.50 per contract. So when you're trading 4 contracts, let's just say it's $4.50. That's 9. That's $18. So it's about $18 is what you're paying. It shouldn't really be any more than that. $18 round turn commission to trade 4 contracts. So when I say net break even, or if, it's a break even trade, it's break even on the trade part of it. That does not include the commission part. Just so you're aware of that. So as you can see, it's kind of stalled on me here, although the market is continuing to trade. So we'll just I have not, just so you know, I have not paused the market or anything like that. As I said a minute ago, I think it's probably got to do with the just the resources in the okay, there you can see the market has rallied up. So what I'll do here, I'll try and adjust the just the parameters on the scale here, see if we can get a better view of this trade. Hopefully we'll get some good movement in here, and actually be able to go ahead and just be able to show you some of this. And I got to do that again. I got to bring the base of the chart up a little bit here. So I'll just change that, and we can get this worked out a little bit better. Okay, so let me just still working on this here. Market's moving up nicely. Let me see if I can make another adjustment on here so we can see what's going on better. Okay, you see this a little bit better here. So you can see we've got now a buying paint bar, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust our stop to 2 ticks below the low of that buying paint bar. So we will use our software not just to help us enter the trade, but also to help us manage the trade as well. So serves some other purposes there. So when we are in a long trade and we just have 1 contract left, instead of just doing a 6 or 8 tick trailing stop or 3 tick whatever, we like to use the structure of the market. So what we will do, if we're long and we do have a buying paint bar, we will adjust our stop such that it's 2 ticks below the low of the highest buying paint bar. So as each paint bar comes in, we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, a little bit better scaling here now. So we've got our stop right here at 99 even. We're long from 96.75. So we've locked in 2.25 points on this final partial. So that's nice. We've made obviously the 6 ticks from the first 2 contracts, 3 ticks each, and also another 6 ticks on the third contract, because we hit our 1.5 objective on that already. 1.5 equivalent to 6 ticks. So it's moving up nicely. We've had some pretty good rejection off of the low, so the market could have it's potentially got a pretty good move here going on. So we're just going to keep monitoring this. Okay, you can see that this current bar here has turned blue, so I'm just going to wait because this is a buying bar. In other words, this blue bar took out its previous bar's high, did not take out the previous bar low. So you can see the low of it there is at 1201.25. So I'm going to put my stop here at 1200.75, which is just 2 ticks below the low of this most recent buying paint bar. And the reason I've adjusted it because this buying paint bar has a higher low than the previous one that I used. So our stop right now at 1200.75. We're long from 1196.775. So we've locked in 4 points or 16 ticks, and each point, of course, is $50. Each tick $12.50. So locked in 16 ticks here. Now we've already made 12 ticks, so that would be 28 ticks. Even if we get stopped out here, so that would still make it a pretty good trade. 28 ticks would be 7 points, which is $350 on this trade net, should we get stopped out here. Hopefully we won't. I think the market's pretty strong. We could have continued move higher here, so we're going to want to keep watching this. But this is the a very sort of conservative way to manage it based on the software. There's other tools that we use sometimes, but this is just an example of using our. Okay, there we've been stopped on that. So, okay, it still worked out to be a nice trade. 7 points total for $350 trade. So, looks like it wants to keep going up though. At any rate, that's a trade, E-mini day trader. So, thanks for watching.